Hello guys, how are y'all doing today? Well, I thought I'd make a video today on showing you how I catch fish a little more. Y'all watch my videos, y'all have already pretty much seen how I do it, but I went out yesterday and I caught a lot of fish, but my audio was not working again, guys. I got my new little adapter from GoPro and I put it on my GoPro and it worked fine while I was testing and everything, but get out here and not so well. But as you see there is a nice trout, about 17 inches, and I caught it on the Chicken of the Sea down south lures. Same little old jig head, about a 1/16 of an ounce. Real shallow water. Here in a little while I'll be in a little more shallow water, but I don't know if this is going to be y'all's cup of tea to watch this or not, but the whole video is going to be post. I don't have any audio. Even though I had some audio at the time, I decided we're just going to talk about things. About how I decide where to fish, when to fish, and all that. I start out by looking at the weather, looking at the forecast of what the wind's going to do, make sure there's not going to be any cold fronts or any major changes. A lot of people, they just get on the water and they don't know, and they get caught in some kind of cold front or something, and man, that can be dangerous. So you always want to check the weather. I check the tide. I want to know where the tide's going to be before I even get down there. That gives me an idea of where to go. So I done all that, and then I make my decision. I get down there as I did yesterday, and I said, well, I know I'm going to try to, go to a certain pocket back there that I caught fish when the conditions was that way before, so I'm going to see if they happen to be in that area. And I went back there, and sure enough, fish were there. But as you're going to see later on in the video, that they were really being finicky. They wasn't acting right. There have been a lot of boat activity. You can see this guy out here. He's, well, anyway, we're not going to talk too much about him. He got right up next to me, and I don't know why. He got 1,000,000 acres of water and he come running over by me. But anyway, you'll always have to deal with that too out there. And this little old dinky fish, he wasn't super little, but he wouldn't make the mark. But caught him out here by my old favorite crab trap. Must be something under the water that fish like. There, I catch fish there almost every time I go by it. So here we are back in this little pocket back here, and it is really shallow, but there's a lot of fish there. It's like, see me hook up right there, just a straight retrieve. I'm just reeling like I showed you on some of my previous videos. Just chunk it out and just have a constant retrieve, not too fast, but just, there's a flounder just took off. You can tell that his mud stir's different from other fish. But yeah, my straight retrieve works for me. I know a lot of people do a lot of different ways, and well, I'd say whatever works for you. You see right there, I would stop it and show y'all, but you can pause the video about where I pointed, and there was another redfish. That one swam by. Well, I moved my head way too much. I'm gonna have to learn to keep her still, especially whenever you don't hear the sound of everything. It makes things look even worse when I move my head around. I'm learning. I'm gonna get there. But this is a nice fish right here. I think he's 22 or something like that. But they were been a little finicky up in this water. I think what the problem was was there was like 5 or 6 boats that come running by me, and I don't think they went next to this bank necessarily, not right next to it because it's real shallow, but I think they was close enough to throw a big wave along this edge and kind of had them on guard, because I throwed that lure by them, a bunch of them, and nothing. But then again, maybe they wanted something different. And I just was being hard-headed. I didn't want to try things different, but I ended up tying on a Super Spook Junior, and I throwed it and throwed it and throwed it, and I had not one hit. Now, so I went on and got back to my original chicken of the sea, as you see here, and went on and ended up going to another spot. But oh, I bet you're gonna hear my neighbor. He's just came by and decided to mow grass for me. He always, I got such a little yard, he just whips in and it's about 3 passes. But I hope it don't come out too loud on audio. We may end up having to scrap this video and start over again. But anyway, check this out. This is a little fun right up here. When I cast, oh, I know you'll hear that. When you see this fish about right here, he takes off after it, and I'm seeing him way before I feel him. He's chasing it, chasing it, chasing it, and I kind of pause just a hair so that he'd catch up to it, and bam, he nailed it. And so that was fun. He wasn't a keeper, but he's a good fish nonetheless. So anyways, that too, you seen the retrieve, was just a straight pull in and just enough to keep it off the bottom. That's what I always say. If you find that speed that it takes to just keep the lure off the bottom, that normally works in that shallow water there. But yeah, they were just acting really funny that yesterday up there. But now, as you're gonna see, I decided I had enough of all these people running by, and I decided to go look for fish. And I wanted to go into even though we didn't have the tide, I mean, it was super low, I decided to come up into this area here. And as you see, it paid off. This is kind of back in the marshes, and it is so shallow that I am bumping oyster shells, and in a little while I'll be dragging bottom. But this guy latched onto it pretty quick, and I think I ended up letting him go. He was a keeper, but he was just 20 1/4, I think. But it was so many redfish up in this little cut. I found that cut last summer kind of by accident. I just was looking in marshes and stuff, and I found it on Google Earth. That's where I start, looking in your area is what I would say. And when you see something that looks good, go over there and check it out, because this was actually a ditch that was about 100 yards long, and it was a dead end. It didn't go nowhere. So most of the time you'd think, well, that's not going to be good, you need some flowing water or whatever. But I went up there last summer, like I said, and it was loaded with fish. So I said, well, I might try it out. I tried it a few other times during the summer. I never found fish up there again, so I decided I would try it out. I'm going to pause this right quick, right in a minute here, right there. This right here, I was looking, and there was mullet busting everywhere, and I was seeing redfish kind of maybe in the water, but there was a big bust up here. Like, man, there got to be something up there. Well, check this out. I said, let's just pitch over there. Boom! As soon as it hit the water, I mean, he latched into it. The second it hit the water, and the fight was on, boys. That is so fun. And you can tell my boat ain't even hardly moving as he's pulling me because I'm dragging in the mud. That's how shallow it is. And then you see the redfish swim off from up here that was up in these weeds a little bit. But yeah, there must have been 50 redfish in that ditch. But this is the last fish that I catch. Even though they were that thick, what was happening was they were pushing. Well, the fish got spooked, and as I went forward, the fish that were already spooked was spooking the fish in front of them, and it was over with in that little part. And but it's amazing whenever you get up on a group like that, you know, it's just some good fishing. It's exciting. It was a good day. I can't complain at all. But it's just to let you know, I wanted to post this video that let you know, guys, you can go up in them marshes now. It is official that they have decided to move into some real skinny water. So so anyway, I want to thank y'all for watching, and I hope this video wasn't too hard to watch, but anyway, yeah, I got a lot of water in my boat, but it comes in and out. Excuse me there. But anyway, I hope y'all had a good day and be blessed. And I was showing you guys that fish shoved that lure plumb past my jig head. But anyway, I ended up changing it, but it probably would have worked like that. But anyway, I guess we will see y'all next time. God bless.